Well, welcome back to Connect Groups. It's week number 2. We're so glad that you're here again. Genesis chapter 2, Tom. So what is our big thing for this week?
The one big thing for this week is the thought that God formed man out of the dust of the earth, according to Genesis 2:7. And then he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And it says there in the Bible that it was at that moment that man became a living soul. And I think it speaks to our threefold nature, our body, our soul, and our spirit. And the thought that our soul is our personhood, and that's what God breathed into us, and we became a living soul, a living person. Our soul, I believe, is what animates our body. Our body is just the dust of the earth. You see a body in a coffin at a funeral, it's not alive. What is it that animates the body? What is it that brings it to life? And I believe it's the soul.
So what is our big question for this week to talk about?
Well, the one big question then, and again, I think these are interesting questions that, the answer may be different for different people. They're a little bit philosophical, but in this case, the one big question is if the soul is eternal, it doesn't die with the body, then why are we afraid of death? If death is the separation of the body from the soul and the spirit, why do we fear death?
That's a good question, because it's real. We do fear the unknown of death. Yeah,
Sure.
That's true. Well, hopefully you'll have some good discussion around that question, and don't be afraid to share your anxieties about death too with the group. We all have them. Each one of us has those things. And so be honest in your group. Remember that what we're doing together is building relationships and praying for one another. So take time as we go through this experience to build relationship with somebody next to you, to talk about your week, but also to spend time praying with one another for something that's going on in your lives. Prayer is powerful. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.